20 hours, that's nearly 3 full workdays every single week that you're spending on repetitive tasks that artificial intelligence could handle in minutes. While you're drowning in administrative work, your competitors are scaling their operations with AI workflows that operate like a second brain, tireless, precise, and exponentially faster than any human could ever be. The revolution isn't coming. It's already here, and those who fail to adapt will watch their competition disappear into the horizon while they're still manually sorting through spreadsheets at midnight. This isn't about replacing human creativity or strategic thinking. This is about liberating your most valuable asset, your time, from the mundane prison of repetitive tasks. Imagine reclaiming those 20 hours. Imagine what you could build, create, or accomplish if you weren't shackled to your inbox, drowning in data entry, or manually generating reports that nobody reads until they're already outdated. The AI workflow you're about to discover doesn't just save time. It transforms how you operate, think, and compete in a world that's accelerating beyond recognition. The professionals who will dominate the next decade aren't the ones working harder. They're the ones working smarter, leveraging AI systems that multiply their output while they focus on what truly matters: strategy, innovation, and growth. What you're about to learn isn't theory. It's a proven framework already deployed by forward-thinking professionals who've reclaimed their schedules and redefined what's possible. Subscribe now to unlock the complete AI transformation framework. You cannot afford to miss what comes next. Here's what nobody tells you about productivity. Working more hours is the slowest path to success. The hidden truth that separates extraordinary performers from the exhausted majority is this: they've discovered how to clone their cognitive abilities through artificial intelligence. While average professionals are grinding through their 14th hour of work, AI-powered operators have already completed twice the output and they're enjoying dinner with their families. Consider this startling reality. The average knowledge worker spends 4.5 hours daily on tasks that AI could complete in under 30 minutes. Email management, data organization, content creation, report generation, research compilation, meeting summaries. The list of cognitive labor that's ripe for automation is staggering. Yet most professionals continue this digital Stone Age existence, manually performing tasks that technology solved years ago. Why? Because they don't know what's possible. They haven't seen the framework. They're trapped in patterns that feel like work but produce minimal value. The AI workflow revolution isn't about technology for technology's sake. It's about strategic delegation to systems that never sleep, never make careless errors, and scale infinitely without demanding raises or additional benefits. The most successful professionals have already made this transition. They've built personal AI ecosystems that handle their routine cognitive load, freeing them to operate at the highest levels of strategic thinking. They're not working 20 hours less because they're lazy. They're working 20 hours smarter because they understand leverage. Hit that subscribe button and activate notifications. The workflow blueprint that changes everything is coming. The transformation begins with understanding the AI workflow architecture. This isn't about using ChatGPT to write a few emails. This is about constructing an interconnected system of AI tools that function as your cognitive infrastructure. The foundation consists of 3 primary layers: input automation, processing intelligence, and output optimization. Master these layers, and you've essentially built a digital clone of your professional capabilities. Input automation eliminates the data entry nightmare. Instead of manually transferring information between platforms, collecting data from multiple sources, or organizing incoming communications, AI systems can monitor, capture, and categorize everything automatically. Tools like Zapier, combined with AI models, can watch your email, extract relevant information, update your CRM, schedule follow-ups, and flag priorities, all without your intervention. This alone recovers approximately 5 hours weekly for most professionals. The processing layer is where true intelligence emerges. Modern AI doesn't just store information, it analyzes patterns, identifies insights, generates recommendations, and produces deliverables. Large language models can read through hundreds of pages of documents, synthesize key points, identify trends, and present strategic summaries in minutes. What once required hours of focused analysis now happens while you're in another meeting. Research that demanded days of investigation can be completed before lunch. Output optimization ensures that everything your AI system produces matches your standards, voice, and requirements. Through careful prompt engineering and custom instructions, you teach these systems to communicate exactly as you would, only faster and more consistently. The result: professional-grade outputs that require minimal editing, maximum impact, and zero cognitive drain. Don't let this knowledge pass you by. Subscribe and join thousands already transforming their workflow. Email management consumes an average of 2.6 hours daily for professionals. That's 13 hours weekly spent reading, responding to, and organizing digital communications. The AI workflow approach decimates this time burden while actually improving your email effectiveness. The secret is teaching AI to become your communications director, not just your assistant. Advanced AI email systems can be trained to understand your communication priorities, response patterns, and decision-making frameworks. They monitor incoming messages, categorize them by urgency and importance, draft contextually appropriate responses, and even send replies to routine inquiries without your review. For emails requiring your input, the AI prepares summaries with recommended actions, dramatically reducing the cognitive load of each message. But the transformation goes deeper. AI can analyze your historical email patterns to identify time-wasting correspondences, suggest better communication boundaries, and even predict which emails will require follow-up before they're sent. This predictive capability means you're always ahead of your communications rather than perpetually catching up. The system learns your writing style so thoroughly that recipients cannot distinguish AI-drafted responses from those you write personally. Implementation requires initial investment teaching the AI your preferences, establishing rules for different communication types, and refining outputs. However, most professionals report the system reaches optimal performance within 2 weeks, after which email management drops from hours to minutes daily. Imagine opening your inbox to find responses already drafted, priorities clearly marked, and action items automatically transferred to your task management system. This isn't science fiction. This is current reality for those who've implemented the workflow. Smash that like button and subscribe. Your inbox liberation is just beginning. Content creation represents one of the most time-intensive professional activities. Blog posts, reports, presentations, social media marketing materials. The demand for quality content is relentless and exhausting. The AI workflow approach transforms content creation from a time-consuming burden into a streamlined production system that operates at unprecedented scale and speed. The methodology centers on strategic prompting and systematic refinement. Rather than asking AI to write a blog post, you provide comprehensive briefs that include target audience, desired tone, key messages, structural requirements, and strategic objectives. The AI then generates first drafts that captures 70 to 80% of your vision, which you refine with strategic edits rather than creating from scratch. This approach reduces content creation time by approximately 75% while maintaining or even improving quality. For visual content, AI systems now handle design work, image generation, and presentation creation with minimal human input. Tools like Midjourney and Dolly produce professional-grade visuals from text descriptions, while AI presentation builders construct entire slide decks from outlines, video scripts, podcast outlines, and multimedia content all flow from the same AI-powered system, creating a content engine that operates continuously. The true power emerges when you implement content repurposing automation. A single long-form piece can be automatically transformed into social posts, email newsletters, video scripts, infographics, and more, all optimized for each platform's requirements. What once required an entire content team can be managed by one professional with the right AI workflow. The content doesn't just exist, it proliferates across channels, maximizing reach while minimizing effort. Share this video with someone drowning in content creation, and subscribe for advanced strategies coming next. Data analysis traditionally demands hours of spreadsheet manipulation, visualization creation, and insight extraction. For most professionals, generating meaningful intelligence from raw data is either impossibly time-consuming or requires expensive analyst resources. The AI workflow obliterates both limitations, transforming anyone into a data intelligence powerhouse regardless of technical expertise. Modern AI systems can ingest data from virtually any source: databases, spreadsheets, APIs, web scraping, and perform sophisticated analysis in seconds. Ask your AI to identify trends in sales data, correlate marketing spend with conversion rates, or predict customer behavior patterns, and receive comprehensive analysis, complete with visualizations and strategic recommendations. The system doesn't just calculate numbers, it interprets meaning and suggests actions. The competitive advantage intensifies when you implement automated reporting. AI workflows can generate daily, weekly, or monthly reports that analyze key metrics, highlight significant changes, identify anomalies, and provide context for decision-making. These reports arrive in your inbox each morning, ensuring you're always operating with current intelligence. No more waiting for analysts to compile reports. No more outdated dashboards that require interpretation. Just clear, actionable intelligence delivered automatically. For professionals without technical backgrounds, this represents a democratization of data power previously reserved for organizations with substantial analytical resources. You gain the insights that Fortune 500 companies spend millions acquiring, using nothing more than AI tools and smart workflow design. The data doesn't just inform your decisions, it becomes your competitive intelligence system, continuously scanning for opportunities and threats while you focus on execution. Ring that notification bell. The most powerful productivity secrets are still ahead. Meetings consume an extraordinary amount of professional time, with the average executive spending 23 hours weekly in meetings. Even more damaging is the cognitive overhead preparing agendas, taking notes, following up on action items, and ensuring accountability. The AI workflow approach transforms meetings from time-consuming obligations into streamlined strategic sessions with automated intelligence support. AI meeting assistants now join your video calls, transcribe conversations in real time, identify key decisions, extract action items, and generate comprehensive summaries or without human intervention. Post-meeting, the AI distributes summaries to participants, updates project management systems with new tasks, schedules follow-up meetings, and even drafts implementation plans based on decisions made. What once required 30 to 45 minutes of post-meeting work now happens automatically. Pre-meeting preparation becomes equally automated. AI systems can review relevant documents, summarize background information, identify potential discussion points, and generate strategic recommendations before you enter the room. You arrive at every meeting thoroughly prepared without spending hours on research and review. For recurring meetings, the AI tracks decisions over time, ensuring continuity and preventing repeated discussions of resolved issues. That transformation extends to meeting necessity itself. AI can analyze meeting requests against your priorities, suggest alternatives to meetings where appropriate, and even decline non-essential invitations with polite, contextually appropriate responses. Many professionals implementing this workflow reduce their meeting load by 30 to 40% simply by letting AI filter requests through strategic criteria. The meetings that remain become highly productive strategic sessions rather than information-sharing obligations. Subscribe and share this transformation. Your colleagues need to see this workflow revolution. Professional research traditionally demands extensive time investment. Whether you're investigating market trends, analyzing competitor strategies, gathering industry intelligence, or staying current with your field, research can easily consume 10 to 15 hours weekly. The AI workflow approach compresses this timeline by 90% while actually expanding the scope and depth of intelligence gathered. AI research systems operate as tireless information gatherers that work continuously across the internet, academic databases, news sources, and industry publications. You provide the research parameters, topics, questions, criteria, and the AI constructs comprehensive research reports that synthesize information from hundreds of sources. What would require days of manual investigation is completed in minutes, with source citations, key findings highlighted, and strategic implications identified. The system goes beyond simple information gathering. Advanced AI analyzes the credibility of sources, identifies conflicting information, spots emerging trends before they become mainstream, and connects seemingly unrelated data points into strategic insights. You're not just getting information faster, you're receiving intelligence that surpasses what manual research could produce. The AI never gets tired, never overlooks sources, and processes information at a scale impossible for human researchers. Implementation involves teaching your AI system your research interests, preferred sources, and analytical frameworks. Once configured, it operates as a continuous intelligence engine, delivering daily briefings on relevant developments, alerting you to important changes, and maintaining searchable knowledge bases that grow more valuable over time. You transform from someone who struggles to keep up with your field into someone who operates at the bleeding edge of industry knowledge. Don't miss the climax. Subscribe now and activate all notifications for the complete transformation. The true power of AI workflow emerges not from individual tools but from their integration into a unified cognitive system. This is where amateurs and professionals diverge. Amateurs use disconnected AI tools that create new forms of fragmentation. Professionals build integrated ecosystems where AI systems communicate, share context, and operate as a seamless extension of their intelligence. Integration begins with establishing your central intelligence hub, typically a combination of project management software, note-taking applications, and AI platforms that share information bidirectionally. When your email AI identifies an action item, it automatically creates a task in your project manager. When you take notes in a meeting, your AI extracts key points and updates relevant project documentation. When deadlines approach, your system automatically generates status reports and alerts stakeholders. Every tool feeds the others, creating exponential efficiency gains. The integration extends to learning and adaptation. As your AI systems process more of your work, they develop increasingly sophisticated understanding of your preferences, priorities, and patterns. The recommendations become more accurate. The outputs require less editing. The system anticipates your needs before you articulate them. This continuous improvement means your time savings increase over weeks and months as the AI becomes more attuned to your unique working style. For maximum impact, implement progressive automations. Start with the most time-consuming tasks. Perfect those workflows, then expand to additional areas. Most professionals find that 3 months of consistent implementation results in 15 to 20 hours of weekly time savings, with ongoing optimization pushing that number even higher. You're not just saving time, you're fundamentally upgrading your professional operating system. We're approaching the breakthrough moment. Stay subscribed for the implementation roadmap that makes this real. The professionals who will dominate the next decade are being forged right now, in this moment, through the choices they make about leveraging artificial intelligence. This isn't about technology adoption, it's about professional survival and competitive dominance. Those 20 hours you reclaim each week aren't just time. They're the difference between leading your industry and becoming irrelevant. They're the space where innovation happens, where strategy develops, where competitive advantages are built. You stand at a crossroads. One path continues the exhausting grind of manual labor, the perpetual overwhelm, the nagging sensation that you're falling behind while working harder than ever. The other path leads to operational excellence, strategic focus, and the kind of professional performance that separates extraordinary from average. The choice seems obvious, yet most will never implement what they've learned here. They'll return to old patterns, convinced that their situation is somehow different, that these principles don't apply to their specific circumstances. But you're different. You recognized something in this workflow that resonated with your ambition. You understand that the future belongs to those who multiply their capabilities through intelligent systems. The implementation begins now, not tomorrow, not next week, but in the next hour. Choose one workflow element, implement it completely, experience the transformation, then expand systematically until your entire professional operation runs on AI-enhanced infrastructure. The 20 hours are waiting. The transformation is inevitable. The only question is whether you'll lead this revolution or watch it pass you by from the exhausting grind of outdated working methods. Subscribe immediately and commit to implementing one AI workflow this week. Share this video with 3 professionals who need this transformation. Leave a comment describing which workflow you'll implement. First accountability begins now. Your professional future demands action, not passive consumption. The revolution isn't coming. You're watching it unfold. Join it.